started rolling yet?
Yeah.
Already? You're supposed to be like action. Oh, ridiculous. This is what I have to deal with, guys. Hi, it's Leilani, and welcome to my backyard at the Avocado Ranch, and welcome to another episode of Leilani Drinks the Brown Stuff, because that's what I do around here. Yes, I have to say this is exactly what I do around here. So, the Whiskey of the Month Club hits again. And the Beast brought home this bottle. And I looked at it and I was like, ooh, cool bottle. And then we got into it. So tonight we are getting into Dead Man's Hand small batch whiskey. It is handcrafted in Northern California. It is, 94.2 proof. And on the label it says 47% ABV. But if you half it and you're super technical about it, 47.01. I'm sure he didn't want to print that out. I mean, who wants to put the .01? I mean, that's just being sticklers about little things. But since this is what we do, I have to say it. It is batch number 1 from cask number 1. It is bottle number 45 out of 133 bottles. It is 75% corn. It is, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. All good ingredients. I loves me a good corn and rye whiskey. So I'm excited about this. And I was so excited, obviously, I wanted to do more research because I had never seen this. And I loved how cool the bottle was and knowing that this terminology was from poker and nothing. I mean, nothing. There was some liquor stores in Northern California, I think, that carried this brand, so they had a couple reviews of the thing, but everything that he basically states. I kept looking down and scrolling down, and at the bottom of the page it said aces and eights, and if you look at the bottle there's aces and eights Twitter page, and I was like, it's called Dead Man's Hand, but aces and eights, it might be. So I went to looking. I get on this Twitter page and it's under Brian, and he's got about only 20 tweets, but the first tweet, we're gonna get into this. The first tweet is basically just a already done meme, and it's talking about Nancy Pelosi and how long she's been in office and how much money she makes and why is that right, and she shouldn't be there. And I was like, okay, but maybe he has other stuff too. Scroll, and all of them, all the tweets, pretty much from what I saw, leaned to the far right. And I was like, okay, if you're gonna go ahead and talk about Nancy Pelosi, where is the tweet about Mitch McConnell being around since 1985, him making his amount of money, and him being in charge of the 4th poorest state, Kentucky, that makes fucking bourbon? I mean, we can start there too. Let's have a conversation. I mean, coming from a philosophical background, I like hearing both sides. But I also agree to a certain extent that Congress people should have term limits. I get it. But to only think one side's bad and the other side's good, this is right, this is wrong, there's no shades of gray, nothing else. It's like, dude. Okay, so I let that go, but I had to go down the rabbit hole, and I did. So, on his Twitter page, they said they had an Instagram page, @aces and eights. And of course, I punched that in. And of course, there's nothing. And I'm like, okay. So I hashtag it. And then about 5 pictures come up. And there's a couple of some girls, boobies out, legs out, things out. And I decided to click on those pictures because they had the whiskey bottle. And I was like, this has got to be it, yo. So I look at that, and it's under Cali Bear. And his name is Brian Runkle. And I am like, okay, this has got to be the dude. And he's a UC grad from Berkeley. And he's got a couple of memes about hustling and going after it. And I'm like, okay. And then he has like a couple of stuff about the whiskey that he's making. And I'm like, yeah, he's putting in some work. And then he's got like really cute pics and videos of his kid. And I'm just like, blink if you need help. But, and then there's obviously those pics where it's like, obviously he likes like thick women because everything is like, I like them thick as fuck kind of memes and posts, with just asses hanging out. And then of course he has a couple of pictures where there's these women, one bucket naked, sitting on the couch. I mean, the JJ juice all over the damn place. I do not want to go over. I do not want to sit on his couch. And she has like a whiskey bottle in the middle, and the whiskey bottle holding and somehow pressed against her boobies, so nothing's really showing, but everything's really there. And it's kind of just like, damn, do you need help with some of your marketing? Because you should get that. So I had to let it go. I was done with it. So I'm done with it. But you guys, this is the reason why we do this show and we do the history of the whiskey. It's so important that you know what you're putting your money into, what energy and what you are putting into your body once it's spent and received. I'm so conflicted because now I gotta drink this and I don't know if there's a lot of whiskey love put into it, but maybe there is. And maybe I can say it's good whiskey. So let's go ahead and open up this cool bottle because, hey, it is a cool bottle. I do like this wax top. It's kind of, oh no, I think I have greasy hands.
Pull the tooth out, babe. Yeah, exactly. What was gonna happen?
What is that? Well,
you got greasy hands.
I had greasy hands. There's no way I was gonna pull the tab. I didn't chew it off. I tried to pull it off. This is what you do with your teeth sometimes.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. People do with bottle caps and everything all the time. Don't start with me. I want to use my teeth again. It's just my go-to. Come on. Come on. Oh. Come on. Let's do this goldness. Can I just lift this? Oh, the cap's coming out. That's the kind of night it is. Oh, man. That was a bottle opening fail that I guess needed to be done because things like that do happen. Very light smelling. Smells pretty clean. A hint of vanilla. Some orange is coming through now. And honey. Honey. Ooh, let's do this. Woman's po, even if it's hateful pose.
Gonna need you to rehearse.
I can't. This is the hard part of all this show. Oh, it's a little bit cloudy, which, obviously just means it probably wasn't chill filtered. And the 94 proof was supposed to be at cask strength, so we are getting it out of the barrel from what they say. He did state on the site that it's in French oak barrels. I don't think it's in new French oak barrels. And on some of the pictures on his Instagram, it did show him filling his whiskey in like old wine barrels as well. And I don't know if that was from the first batch, another batch, a different batch, who knows. But I think it was like Cabernet barrels that he used. And what was really cool about this is that I saw him making it. He had the post where it was like white vat kind of buckets spinning stuff, and it looked like he was doing it, I don't know, from home, from a garage, from a warehouse. I don't know where he was doing it from, but he was literally doing this all by hand. And then he had this big black vat where he had the wax, and he was hand dipping the bottles. So mad props to him. This is what I'm talking about, the spirit of whiskey and doing it with passion and love. That's what he's doing, and that I can give him whiskey love for. The other stuff, okay. But let's go ahead and drink this. It's very earthy, orangey, woodsy, but clean. It's a very clean, maybe it's that crisp little bit of ethanol that kind of just gives it that clean fragrance to it. Lemony. I feel like it's lemony too. All right, let's do this. Watery, like a smooth, watery feel in the mouth. It has a burst, but towards the middle of it, and then it gets smooth again once it hits the back of the mouth. The orange is there, but not so prominent like most whiskeys. Especially bourbons. Definitely a nice corn whiskey. I'm so conflicted. Let me try this. Damn it. It would be so much easier if this was bad. It would be. But I'm going to be honest and truthful, because that's what the show's about. It's not about what I view other people's views. I literally like the brown stuff. And even if it comes from a hateful place, if it's delicious, it's delicious. And I got to say it. And honestly, guys, this whiskey is actually pretty good. It is different. It's easy drinking. It's a corn whiskey. It has a little bit more of the vanilla and depth than corn by itself, and that's from the rye. So you'll get a little bit of spice to it. But to me, it tastes better than some of the bourbons I be drinking. Leilani drinks the brown stuff. Have to give this dead man's hand 4 kisses. Mwah, 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 mwah. 4 kisses, guys. I mean, it's a really good whiskey. And the fact that he makes it himself just makes me go, he has to get 4 kisses. As much as I am not aligned with his whatever. But at least you know the history. And that's the most important thing. What are you laughing about?
I want to put the more you know graphic over your face.
Please do it. So, this isn't dead to me. Cheers.